SoFi just released their latest quarterly figures, a beat across the board, triple beat yet again for the company. Are we surprised? No, but we are surprised that the stock is currently up another 6.8% at the time of making this video. I will probably make a second video after the earnings call. I just have to go in not so long. So currently we are at $11.87. The breakout of these boxes continue. So let's dive into the numbers and, well, actually go over my predictions and where I was right and wrong. So these were the predictions I made a couple of days ago. So I expected new members to be 650,000 with a CAC of $292. Galileo Q3 revenue, $100 million. And then Q3 net revenue above their own guidance, $650 million. And adjusted EBITDA of $166 million. And deposits back at $3 billion. Now, I was wrong and right in some of those areas. For jumping into that, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not, we really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and type in comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. New members were much higher than expected, 756,000, and the CAC actually very close to what I expected, $284. Galileo Q3 revenue, $102.5 million, finally above the $100 million line, and then net revenue even higher than what I anticipated, which was already higher than their own guidance, $689 million, adjusted EBITDA $186 million, and then deposits, same as last quarter, $1.4 billion, and it's probably the same explanation as last quarter with the time deposits. Maybe they were not, or probably they were not replaced. So let's start with a comment from Anthony Noto, the CEO of the company. This quarter was the strongest quarter in our history. Our results reflect how SoFi is consistently achieving durable growth, how our innovation and brand building are attracting more members and clients to our platform than ever before, and how we are delivering strong and improved returns. Our financial services and tech platform segment now make up a record 49% of SoFi's adjusted net revenue, up from 39% a year ago. In the third quarter, these businesses grew revenue by a combined 64% year over year, a testament of our continued execution and deliberate shift towards capital-light, high return on equity, fee-based revenue streams. SoFi reported its fourth consecutive quarter of GAAP net income, achieving $60.7 million in the third quarter of 2024. Diluted earnings per share for the quarter was 5 cents, above what I expected, which was 4 cents. Permanent equity grew by $220 million during the quarter, ending at $6.1 billion and $5.54 of permanent equity per share. Tangible book value grew by $236 million during the quarter, ending at $4.4 billion and $4 of tangible book value per share. As for net interest income, still pretty nice to get, $431 million for the third quarter. That's up 25% year over year, driven by a 35% increase in average interest earning assets, slightly offset by a 44 basis point decrease in average yields year over year. Now, if we go and look at the other results here, so members, as we've seen before, that's up 35% year over year. One quarter brought in 756,000 members. We're closing in to that 10 million mark, and we're probably going to hit that in Q4. As for products, they added close to 1.1 million new products, bringing the total to close to 13.7 million. That's up 31% year over year, or 37% when excluding digital assets accounts. As for Galileo, that increased 17% year over year, so a small deceleration here quarter over quarter. But as I explained in the previous video, Q3, Q4 year over year comparisons are going to be more difficult. So Galileo accounts reach 160 million for the quarter. If we then look at the segments of the business, right? SoFi, previously widely known, just for lending, right? But no, actually, if we look at now financial services plus tech platform, we can see that those revenues are up 64% year over year to now reaching $341 million. And actually, if you look at the percent, financial services plus tech platform as a percent of adjusted net revenue, that now sits at 49%, and that's up 4% quarter over quarter. SoFi has grown significantly in the last couple of years, and even when they had to basically operate with two hands behind their back because, well, the lending segment was basically destroyed by the government. They still managed to turn that business around, and now they're coming out of that period a much stronger business. Looking at the tech platform specifically, so they're generating $102.5 million in net revenue, an increase of 14% year over year. Contribution profit was $33 million for the quarter, an increase of 2% year over year for a contribution margin of 32%, which is actually down from 36% same quarter last year, but contribution profit was lower last year. In the third quarter of 2024, growth was driven by strong contribution from new clients, as well as growth in Latin America, consumer brands in the US, and clients with innovative use cases like earned wage access and money movements. They say here, technology platform total enabled client accounts increased 17%, as we've seen before. Our pipeline spans banks, brands, and fintech across consumer and B2B, which offer larger and more durable revenue. The pipeline is in a stronger spot than it's ever been, and the investment made in this segment have greatly expanded the market opportunity. So I repeat myself, it's about time we actually get an update on the, well, so-called whale that they've been talking about for a long time. Yesterday, there was an announcement that came out between, well, Citigroup and Google Cloud. And we know now that Technisys runs on Google Cloud, so maybe there's something here in the making. Who knows? Hopefully we get more color on the tech platform Galileo during the call. I'll of course update you probably later today. And so if we go and look at revenue, so that was $689 million, up 30% year over year. Nice little reacceleration in growth. Quarterly adjusted EBITDA $186 million with an EBITDA margin of 27%. If we then look at full year 2024 guidance, again, guidance is raised. They now expect annual growth for adjusted net revenue to be between 22 to 23%. They started the year by saying we're only going to grow 14 to 16%. Then it was 17 to 19%. We're now at 22 to 23% year over year growth. Incredible. Adjusted EBITDA margin of 25%, that stays about the same, but adjusted EBITDA is going to be higher. As for GAAP net income, that's now expected to be closer to $205 million at the midpoint, higher than, of course, the previous two guidance. Diluted earnings per share, 11 to 12 cents. We started the year with 7 to 8 cents, then 9 to 10 cents, and now we're at 11 to 12. As for tangible book value growth, basically the previous high end is now the low end. So overall, another great quarter by SoFi, good guidance as well. Yes, the stock, it's true, it is overbought right now, and probably with the pre-market action, of course, remains to be seen what happens during the earnings call, then it will continue to be overbought. But as we've seen with previous stocks, you can stay overbought for a long period of time. Overall, all that I wanted to see is that this company continues to grow, continues to execute. Did that happen? Yes, it did. So that's all I've got for you in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I see you all in the next one. Bye bye.